Welcome to the bold analysis. Before the last general elections, we were warning one, the son of Mudamba, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, that Ruto never meant well, even after the handshake, after the earthquake moment. And I remember us making that narrative clear that yours truly was actually determined to suppress the other affiliate parties within the Kenya Kwanza. Now today, the move has been confirmed. And I'm talking about the latest adjustments, or rather the latest changes that have been effected at the helm of the UDA party. According to the new changes, former Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala, who was until then a member of ANC and vied for governor's seat in Kakamega through ANC, has been appointed as the new Secretary General of the UDA party, replacing Veronica Maina, and apart from that, has also been appointed as CS without portfolio. I think that's normally a position that is dangled there for SGs. You know, that's the Tuju, because Tuju was the man behind the Jubilee back then. Other changes that have been made is Embu Governor, who is a seasoned politician, Honorable Cecil Mbarire, as the party chairman, taking over from one person, Johnston Muthama, who is headed to the Parliamentary Service Commission. Now, Veronica Maina handed over to Malala. Ayala MP Omar Hassan is going to be the party vice chairman, replacing Kipruto Arap Kiro, who crossed over to Azimio some few days to the last general election. Honorable Japheth Nyakundi, Kitutu Chache MP, Kitutu Chache North MP, replaces Omingo Magara as the treasurer, while Mwala MP Vincent Musyoka is the new party organizing secretary, replacing Karisa Nzai. Of course, their work both at interim, some of those changes have just been effected to put the image of the nation, but I can still look straight in your eyes and boldly tell you that this is a smoke screen. The people that are behind UDA party, that party belongs to William Ruto, not even to Rigathi Gachagua. So nothing is going to be affected here, independent of what the big boss is saying up there. Now, one thing of these changes, one that has really shocked many, is that of Cleophas Malala. I was understanding that after all, Malala was supposed to be the strongman ANC. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our video. I want to say thank you for those who are supporting us from different parts of the globe. Asanteni sana. After Musalia Mudavadi lost his position as the party leader, by the virtue of being now a civil servant, he could not be chief minister and still party leader. And I'm still wondering why, of course, Mudavadi is an appointee, but if that chief minister is prime minister, then we should borrow leave from Raila Odinga's time. Raila Odinga still remained the party leader of ODM party by then. But now we are talking about a different dispensation here, where now Musalia Mudavadi lost the position of the party leader and has been struggling to get the party leader. I actually felt that if Ruto meant well, then Malala, if he wanted to go to the last general election with all these fringe parties under UDA as strong, then Malala would have been dispatched at ANC to make sure that ANC is strong. Now, this information, I received it very early. I think by Saane, it was all over for those who are privileged. And I think I even shared it to my WhatsApp earlier then. And there were efforts by some journalists to try to fact check. And that's why it had not been published. It was all over in these WhatsApp groups, these political WhatsApp groups. Now, it had not been fact checked. And when you ask ANC, the response were also trying to inquire from them. They were also shocked. Those who could talk to were also shocked that they never saw that coming. And the team were equally shocked about that development. Now, it emerged that Malala was supposed to steer ANC, but that seems to have skipped. And even a last meeting, I think that was last week, according to what we've understood, that was supposed to be attended on just issues of strengthening ANC, Malala skipped. And then that was the red alert. So Malala vied as ANC and lost to UDA. And Ruto is playing all the cards on table. I feel a bit that Malala might have made, it is a good, I think it was dangled his way on condition that unless you take over as UDA SG, I'm going to make you a CS without portfolio. Because up to last time, if this was a prayer deal, Malala Vidas applied for CS and he's in that list. So when the negotiations for that list, who is to be taken there and who is not, they have decided to, maybe Ruto might have called him and carved him out of Musalia Mudavadi's circle. Now made it, told him a condition that you either, if I'm to pick you and get something, then you have to also to go back and take care of UDA. So at the end of the day, Musalia Mudavadi has been denied Sakaja, who was formerly in ANC, and now Malala, who was also in ANC. What exactly is going on? What are the cards on table? Hapa ndio sasa Mudavadi atajua ile earthquake alikuwa anasema yeye ndio ile earthquake imemmeza, because is in terms of party, you know, UDA has an ambition, and we said that the ambition was to make one party known as UDA. The other stories of, you know, democracy, inter-party democracy, you know, that was never there. For those who are keen political observers, will know very well that there was nothing like democracy, inter-party democracy, nothing. The real goal was to kill those small parties and make one. Now, all cards were on table, and I want to look at all the 4 cards that William Ruto was playing. By the way, guys, do you think Malala has made a blunder? I was speaking to my good friend Mario, and he was saying the ground is slippery. He's famous, but the ground is slippery. Of course, there were some reports that William Ruto wanted Oparanya to cross over and to take over a UDA party position. Maybe he's been a very strong party stalwart in terms of ODM, and Oparanya might have refused because he was so looking at Kakamega. It has emerged, and of course, if you look at it, the experiment of Musalia Mudavadi did not deliver the votes in Kakamega. That's the truth. It did not deliver Kakamega. Mudavadi could not deliver to Kakamega. I don't know whether it can still deliver under Malala, even though Malala is likened by the youth there. He's a bit famous. I think Malala might be more famous than Mudavadi even in Kakamega. So there are many cards on table. And one thing I see here is the end of ANC, so that UDA can remain the larger party. And it's just starting the ANC. Any other party around there will have to die, including one for my good mentor, party from my county, the MDJ. So it's clear for Musalia Mudavadi to see that the end goal is to kill ANC. And I want to tell you, the end goal of kicking ANC includes, or rather drags, Rigathi Gachagua. Is a very good ground for Rigathi Gachagua because it complicates Ruto's succession moving forward. When these fringe parties are suppressed, like when ANC is suppressed, Musalia Mudavadi's vehicle on Ruto's succession is ANC. So if it is suppressed, then it becomes a small party. It will have no option to join under UDA, lacks its identity, and everyone then roves in there so that they make that one party. As Rigathi Gachagua remains the deputy party leader, where does Musalia Mudavadi come in? That's a big question. So I think it's going to be interesting times for Musalia Mudavadi. He is the man on target here. I don't buy it about strengthening UDA or anything. And it can tell you something, that we've all been playing politics. Hata ile kuu ya Jubilee Party yenye ilikuwa inafanyika huko, it was all in the interest of what is going on here. All those coups, all the coup that was at the Jubilee, where they wanted to take over the party, install a new SG and what, it only tells you that behind the scene, William Ruto is just playing the political party's card. I see another card on the table, and that is Kakamega gubernatorial seat, where Malala vied against Khalwale, and they were vying. They wanted the same ticket. They wanted the ticket, the Kenya Kwanza ticket, and Khalwale was handed over the one for Senate, and Malala vied for governor, and he lost. Now, when I spoke to my good friend Boni Khalwale, I remember him telling me that Nani played poker, Sakaja played poker, and had to cross over to UDA so that he could vie. So the same thing is what is going on here. That William Ruto will want Kakamega gubernatorial seat, he would want to win that seat, perhaps in future. And also, he is also looking for a condition, a situation that would put Malala ahead of Boni Khalwale. Or indirectly, Boni is simply getting kicked out. I don't think Boni Khalwale would actually go for the Senate. He would actually push himself to vie for the governor. Come what, come sunshine, come rain, come sunshine. So it's a very murky political situation. This gives Malala leverage against an edge, a little bit of an advantage against Boni Khalwale. As to whether Boni Khalwale will hold it together, it will work. So the Western game plan for William Ruto is very delicate. It is very delicate because while you try to plan on the leaders up there, it depends on service delivery. By then I can tell you, the only place that can vote now in future for William Ruto on fanatical basis is the Rift. The other areas might actually ask for, what have you done? So what have you done question comes into play. Lastly, I see another card of using the young leaders to eclipse the regional king queens. Look at that list. Vincent is being picked, Musyoka has been picked to, now he becomes one of the most senior members of the party from Ukambani. It was very strategic. Actually, they were just strategic picks. And that one decimates one gentleman, Mudama. And now, in terms of party politics, in terms of party portfolio, he actually comes above the Mutuas. In appointment of Malala is a youthful person who is also seen as a man that can eclipse the big man, or rather Mudavadi, in terms of this other region. So it's a very murky politics of just using the small boys to eclipse. This has been a long script that we've seen, even the ODM 8, the ODM 9 rebels, they're being equipped and sharpened to try to push over Raila. So it's something that has been going on, and I cry for one man, or I feel for one man, Musalia Mudavadi, because while Ruto is a president, but is a man who knows and is really keen on political tricks. So on this one, Mudavadi has been tricked.